I think the person who takes the most blame for the 2023 disaster, drumroll. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As usual, I'm Patrick Hennessy, and the 2023 regular season has come to an end. The Yankees finished the season 82-80, just one game above 500, missing the postseason. So I want to hop on a video and talk about what went wrong, who's taking the blame, who are we holding accountable for this disaster of a season. And I think it's going to be a combination of a lot of different things, right? I kind of want to break down the season as a whole, see what went wrong and what could have prevented that from going wrong. And also, bro, who's taking all the blame? Because I'm blaming someone. And that person, let's just jump right into it, bro. I think the person who takes the most blame for the 2023 disaster, drumroll, Brian Cashman. I think it's that simple. You look at the roster construction of the 2023 New York Yankees, right? You're looking at a team who just got swept by the Houston Astros in the ALCS in 2022. They barely got by the Cleveland Guardians in the ALDS. And the second half of the season, they just weren't a great team, right? First half of the season, they were one of the best teams in Major League Baseball history. Second half, they fell off the face of the earth. Bro, I mean, there were points where we were thinking that they were going to have the biggest divisional choke job of all time, right? So let's not act like after the 2022 season, the New York Yankees were in a great spot going into the offseason, because they weren't. And we knew that they had to re-sign Aaron Judge and then do more to improve their offense, because the offense was the problem, right? Like, the pitching staff was fine. It could have been better, but it was really the offense. That was the main place of concern. And I think the issue is they went into the offseason not improving the offense at all. And you're relying on so many guys that are aging and injury prone. Not adding any additional bats was disgraceful. Almost as disgraceful as Carlos Rodon shit in the bed last year. Now we could say last year because it's over. Huh. Yeah, cool. But yeah, the only offseason addition was Carlos Rodon, and that was to go into the pitching rotation. And he missed half the season, and when he was on the field, he was garbage. So the Yankees offseason last year was a complete failure. Re-signing Aaron Judge obviously was something that they had to do, but that should have been like a given, right? Like, they needed to do that and then some, and I think that's what's been the main problem of the Yankees core, right? If you want to look at the time period from 2017 to now, I think that the issue was they usually always got the big piece that they needed, whether that it was Giancarlo Stanton or Garrett Cole or DJ LeMahieu when they re-signed him, but the issue was that they never surrounded those big moves, those big signings, with supplemental pieces around them that could just make them a complete team. And it was very evident last offseason. You go out, you get the big fish in Judge and Rodon, but then you don't get the smaller pieces necessary in order to make yourself a complete roster. And we saw it from day one in the regular season. The Yankees just weren't cohesive, bro. And then we knew going into the season that they were one or two big injuries away from being a last place team, and that's exactly what happened. Once Aaron Judge went down with his injury, the first injury, I'm sure you guys remember, not the Dodgers one that everyone talks about. The one, I think it was in Minnesota, where he slid into third base or something. He was out for maybe a couple weeks, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that injury was really, it was eye-opening in the case of, because the Yankees fell off the face of the earth kind of hard at that point too without Aaron Judge, and it made me realize, without Judge, this team is nothing. And that's a horrible, 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 horrible way to construct a roster around one team. Bro, if you're constructing your lineup around one player and one player only, how do you keep your job? Like, how does Brian Cashman go into this offseason and Hal Steinbrenner's like, yeah, great job this offseason, Cash. You really built a roster capable of winning a World Series. It just wasn't the case. Bro, you couldn't look at this Yankees roster on opening day and be like, this team will win the World Series. The hope was that they were going to go into the trade deadline and add some pieces, maybe become a competitive team at that point. But the issue was, it was too late by the time the trade deadline came around. And also, there weren't really big pieces available at the deadline. So that logic was also dumb as well. Bro, you went into the season with Aaron Hicks and Josh Donaldson, like, being considered big pieces to your offense. It's disgraceful. maybe this video is turning into like me calling for Brian Cashman's job, but the more I think about it, how do you take the 2023 season and essentially punt it? The 2023 season was punted, bro. There was nothing that was done going into the season that makes me believe, oh my God, the Yankees really wanted to win the World Series this year. What gives you that impression? Re-signing Aaron Judge? Okay, that was such a given, bro. But there was nothing else done to make me believe, wow, they're really going all in this year. You wasted a prime year of Gerrit Cole and Aaron Judge because you refused to build a competent roster. For what reason? I mean, it's not a money issue, unless Hal Steinbrenner's given Brian Cashman a very hard budget. I don't know. But either way, bro, even if there was a hard budget given, having a top 5 payroll in Major League Baseball should not give you this bad of a roster, bro. Like, if you look at the money that the Yankees are tied into, whether it's Giancarlo Stanton, DJ LeMahieu, who else is making a lot of money that doesn't deserve it? I don't know, but they were paying Josh Donaldson $25 million a year to be the worst hitter in Major League Baseball. I mean, what are we doing? The Yankees have the money, they have the assets, they just don't spend them properly. And that's why going into this offseason, I'm like so cautiously optimistic because on one hand, I'm really hoping that 2023 is a wake-up call, that they need to just operate better and they need to make better moves and smarter decisions and just get good players. But then on the other hand, I'm like, yo, this is the same front office, this is the same leadership that steered us in the wrong direction for the past few off seasons now. So why should I have any cautious optimism, right? Like, and that's why I'm looking at it, and I look at a guy like Brian Cashman, who's been so bad at his job now, and probably for what? Over 10 years at this point, where we could kind of consider it failure. The early 2010s were cool because the Yankees were, I guess, in it every year after winning the World Series, and it was an aging core. It wasn't really Cashman's fault, but I think this core, 2016 to now, really shows Brian Cashman's weaknesses because this feels like the first time he truly built a core on his own and didn't just have to add, like, stars to Jeter, A-Rod, Bernie Williams, Jorge Posada, Mariano Rivera. You guys get it. This was Cashman's core, and I think he's done an awful job at kind of building it up. Boone was his guy. Boone was the manager he wanted to bring in, and I think they've both been massive failures in their respective roles. And if I was going into this offseason making personnel changes, those two are both gone. I would love for the Yankees to clean house completely, bro. Give me an all-new mentality in that front office, in that leadership room, bro. And I'm hoping, Aaron Judge said that he has a meeting this week with Cashman and Hal in Tampa. And I'm hoping maybe that, it probably won't bring any change, to be honest with you, but I'm hoping that it brings some sort of, like, oomph to the room, right? Like having Judge's presence, having Judge's, like, bro, what are we doing? I just signed this massive contract to stay here for 8 more years. Like, can we figure this out? Because I don't want to play for a losing team. I hope maybe that solves something. But just reflecting on the 2023 season, bro, like, it makes me angry. It doesn't even make me sad, bro. It makes me angry because I keep going back to the Judge and Cole thing. Judge and Cole, like, we're going to look back on this time period and be like, yo, we had 2 of the greatest players in Major League Baseball history, and we didn't surround them with the talent necessary to win a World Series. It's a shame, and that's why the blame, wow, that rhymes. The blame has to mainly go on Brian Cashman. And the fact that we're going into this offseason and his job seems all but secure is mind-boggling to me, and it just shows the lack of urgency and the lack of accountability and the complacency of the New York Yankees organization. That's all it shows at this point. And I hate calling for people's jobs, but I don't think it's ever been more evident than it is now, because as long as Brian Cashman is making decisions, and as long as Aaron Boone is the Yankees manager, and as long as Hal Steinbrenner doesn't have the willpower and confidence to make personnel changes, I think the Yankees are in a really bad place moving forward because they need a lot to change on this team because, bro, going in 2024, they need just about everything to go right. They need rebound seasons from DJ, Rizzo, Stanton, Rodon. They need Nestor to come back healthy, and they also need to make some big acquisitions this offseason. So it's not a complete lost cause going into next year, but right now I have zero expectations. I have zero hope that they're going to make those changes. And I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. But, bro, if you're a Yankee fan and you're not frustrated with how these past couple years have went, and you're not disgusted with how these past couple years went, I don't know what to tell you. Because all I could think back to is 2017. And the ALCS, Game 7, they weren't even supposed to be there, right? Like, they were a year early or 2 years early, whatever they described it as. And I had so much sadness and so much pain when we lost to the Houston Astros that year. But I kept in the back of my mind, I was like, yo, it's fine. Because the Yankees are going to win a World Series over these next 5 years. And it didn't happen. If anything, ever since 2017, it feels like we've trended downwards. Next year, you lose to Boston. The next year, you lose to Houston again. And that was just another poorly constructed roster. I mean, that 2019 Yankees team had maybe 2 starting pitchers, Tanaka and Paxton. Like, who else did they have, bro? I'm not trying to go back 4 years, but you guys get what I mean. And then 2020, disaster. 2021, disaster. 2022, besides the first half of the season, disaster. 2023, biggest disaster. So everything has gone downhill since 2017 when the future looked so bright. And maybe they can turn it around this offseason with some big moves, but it's just upsetting, bro. I just want to see the Yankees win a World Series while I'm still young. I'm 23 years old. The Yankees won their last World Series. I was 9 years old. I need them to win it all while I'm in my 20s, bro. Please. Please, bro. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap things up for today. I don't want to sit here and rant anymore about my distaste for the New York Yankees right now. The postseason starts tomorrow. I am pulling for the Phillies, whether you like it or not. Some Yankee fans out there are being like, Pat, you're a fake fan for rooting for the Phillies in the postseason. Screw you. Bro, who are you to tell me what team I could root for when the Yankees aren't even in it? It's a red October, baby. Let's ride. Let's ride, bro. Let me know in the comments what team you're pulling for this postseason. I love watching postseason baseball. I'm going to be so locked in for every wildcard game, every ALDS game, NLDS game, NLCS game, ALCS game. I'm locked in and I'm ready to go. So, listen, hope you guys enjoy your week. More videos coming this week for sure. I love making these videos. I hope you guys enjoy them as well. And as I always tell you guys, bro, you're a legend. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. You're a beast. You can conquer anything that you put your mind to. Just do it, bro. Just do it. Not a Nike sponsorship, but just do it. If there's something you want to do, what's stopping you from doing it? You want to become a dancer? Go be a dancer. You want to be a boxer? Go be a boxer. You want to be a YouTuber? Go make YouTube videos. Let's go. I'll see you guys all next time. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Turn on post notifications for more. We're pumping out content a lot. I'm not going to say daily, but we're pumping out a lot of content lately, so I hope you guys appreciate it. I appreciate you. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. I will see you all next time. Peace.